We're currently living in a world of electric vehicles, and I figured it was time to start modifying a couple. We thought, let's get a couple of our own electric vehicles and see how far or how much we can modify them without actually damaging the batteries. This is our ID.Buzz for this year. It's in orange and white split colors. I actually love this orange. I'm going to call it 50 shades of orange because no matter from what angle that I look at it at, the pearlescent paint just changes. At the minute it's lighter orange up here, it's darker orange down there, the bumpers are different orange, and then come round here again, there's another different shade of orange. But yeah, there's loads of pearl in this orange. It's fantastic. Now, this takes me back to 60s and 70s split screen camper vans where they came in the two-tone color, and I think that's the take that VW have taken on the Buzz. Overall, I think it's a very, very good looking car. It's got electric side doors. Kids love that. They think they're getting into the 18 van. But yeah, they've actually named it the Mystery Machine for some reason, although the Mystery Machine was actually blue and yellow, I think. Got an electric pop-out tow hook as well. Bing! There we go. And it easily folds back in as well. There we have it. So it's nice to see that it comes fully loaded from factory. First of all, in the back, you've got plenty of leg room. Picnic tables in the back as well, although be it they're a little bit flimsy, but I guess for kids and stuff they'll do. I've been driving this vehicle around for a couple of weeks now just to kind of get used to the range on the charge and stuff like that, and I must say it's proven to be fairly economical. So ironic is it's got USB-C chargers everywhere. Now I'm just sat here thinking, you put all these electrical charging points in an electric car. Now imagine if everyone's got their phones and tablets plugged in. Is that really going to drain the main battery a lot faster? This whole center console, there we go, completely removable. That might possibly get replaced by a sub box. We'll see. This car is going to get fully transformed. We're going to be developing an air ride kit for it with our good friends at Xlow Air Suspension. We're going to change the wheels and give it a much cooler stance. Before I do any mechanical modifications to it, we're going to do an audio upgrade. Let me just give you an idea of how kind of poor the audio in this car is. So let's just play a YouTube friendly video. There we go. Well, so it's not dreadful, don't get me wrong, because, you know, technology has come a long way. It's not dreadful. Now, I'll start with the head unit. The head unit's got everything you need in it. It's got Bluetooth, it's got Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, DAB radio. It's got everything that you would possibly need. It's just lacking that driving experience. So you're going on a nice long journey, you want to have some nice, good quality sound. Now, the standard audio in this vehicle sounds very flat, very hollow. There's not much bass, and there's definitely 100% there's room for big improvement in this vehicle. So in a nutshell, let me tell you what we're going to do. Let's catch up with Blade and see what the expert has to say, because let's face it, what do I know about audio? Not much. If you want to slam your car, then I'm the man, but if you want it to sound good, then Blade's your man. Where is he? Blade! Oh, there he is! What's going we saying?
Yeah, all good, man.
So we're just letting the audience know that this is our first EV that we're doing a full-blown audio upgrade.
Yep. Now, obviously, when it comes to electric vehicles, it works in a different way in terms of how it would normally work on a petrol or diesel car where it's got an alternator and stuff like that. It doesn't have that in these. So it's got a nice big bank of batteries along the bottom of the car usually, which then the whole car uses, but it does still have a 12-volt battery which we can add on our car audio related system, because all of our stuff is 12 volt. The 12 volt battery in this, I believe, is under the passenger seat. So that's where we would normally add on our systems too. In terms of the speaker setup in this car, it's got quite a good factory system in terms of locations, but the actual sound is pretty poor, I understand.
Yeah, the locations are good, but there's no, it's all hollow in the doors, so we've got to dynamite those. I think although we'll be adding a bit of weight, I'll tell you what we'll do. Once we take all the equipment out, we'll get the weight of everything that we've taken out, and then we'll put the weight, then we'll weigh everything that's going to go in.
Work out what the average range of this car would be on a day-to-day basis.
Yep.
And then after we've fitted everything,
do it again.
Then do that again. And
So
maybe
on a full charge at the minute, this gives me between 180 and 200 miles.
Okay.
So that I already know because I've been driving it. That's why I've been driving it for a couple of weeks now. Anyway.
Yeah, we'll see.
I think it's going to be pretty much negligible.
Yeah.
And also, if we go back a few years where amps used to be kind of this big, what we used to call Class AB amps, they used to draw so much current. You could see all the your dashboard lights dimming down when the bass kicked in.
Yeah, most of the time, all the Class D stuff now, especially the newer stuff, is really, really good in terms of current consumption. You'll be looking at like 30, 40 amp fuses that we use for these kind of things, even for the big 5, 8, 12 channel amp systems. You don't really draw a lot of current now. Speaker setup in this car, in the front, I can see it's a 3-way setup. So it looks like a 6.5 inch in the lower part of the door. You've got like a 3-inch mid and then a tweeter up on the dash. So we should be able to put a nice 3-way component setup in the front there, which kind of gives you a really nice balanced sound. In the rear, looks like a 2-way component. So you can see it's another 6.5 inch and then a tweeter above that. And then in the back, wait for that to open. I think this may come with a factory sub, but again, I don't think this was specced with a sub, is that right?
I don't think we did because
it's a bit pointless
why
for us.
do we need to?
Yeah. Obviously, it's a huge boot. So you can go mad with it and put a massive like 15, 16, 18 inch sub or 215s, whatever you want really. But obviously then you've got to put in the back of your mind, how much power do I need to consume and amplify to be able to power those subs? So from our case, I think we're looking to get the best amount of bass, but without using a lot of power. But something that's, I don't know, a 12-inch shallow box, maybe down-firing, that can reflect the bass off the floor and then come through into the cabin, will work really well. You don't need a huge amount of power. Something in the region of 400, 500, 600 watts RMS should do the job. But even then, you could get 2 shallow 10s at the back of there. You've got loads of space to use, and you don't need massive power to run it. So,
well, time will tell. Let's get this thing on the road and go for a drive. This is what you call effortless driving. It's smooth, you know, being electric, the power's there at your foot straight away, and it's actually quite comfortable, to be honest with you. From a few years ago, technology has come a long way, and we now get digital amplifiers which draw much less current and deliver more power. So we're going to have to go with a digital amp with the least current draw. We're going to change all the speakers, front and rear, and we're going to add a subwoofer as well. Technically, I don't think it's going to be a noticeable change on range, but we will find out. So I think we're going to have to find a way of measuring current draw from the 12-volt battery without the system, and then what difference it makes to the current draw once the system is installed. So we'll do that as well. I'm also going to be bagging this as well. I just feel it's just too. I just feel like just too high up, and I don't like that. So we're going to bring it back down to earth a little bit. We're going to make it real cool. So stick around. In the next video, I'll give you a full list of all the audio that's going to go in here, and we'll do some current draw measuring to see how much additional current draw that it's going to give us. And I'm sure there's a way our workshop guys can work out of how much range it's going to reduce. But like I said, I think it's going to be negligible, but we'll find out in the next episode. So for now, it's happy EV motoring, and I'll see you on the next episode. Really enjoying this, by the way. It is a very cool car. The amount of looks you get in it, but that's probably because of the bright orange color. EV, are you into EV yet? Let us know down below. Or are you still on that combustion engine vibe, which I definitely am, because, you know, every time I get back into a car with a combustion engine, it's like, yeah, it's just a little bit more exciting, where these, you know, can get a little bit boring, but from an economical point of view, probably a lot more economical. yeah, follow us on our journey on living with an EV, and I'll see you in the next episode. Now, one thing that Volkswagen did think of was this vehicle comes with a high-vis jacket just in case you run out of battery and you've got to pull over on the motorway. Stand to one side wearing your high-vis. Brilliant, I love it.